my beautiful people? You already know who it is in the building. It is me, your boy, your best friend, Mr. Gerard Abdul Moultrie, and welcome back to Weapons of Man. So, today's episode, we will be discussing the cuts and push. First thing first, I want to start with the one cut. So when I cut here, my hand is free. So the whole purpose is you don't want this hand to be free. It needs to still be in use even if you're cutting with one blade. So let's talk about it. So what I want to do, I'm using that one as I cut. As soon as I cut, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to push. So let's do it again. So as I cut here, then I push. Now, when I come back for the two, I'm going to turn the blade this way and I'm going to pull my hand back. As I pull my hand back, I'm moving forward and still cutting forward as I push again. All right, so let's do that again. So as I go one, for that one cut, I push out the way. Try not to bring the blade up this way. You saw that? Because you can cut yourself in the heat of battle. That's why it's important to train the basics. So as I come here, I push. Be careful when you bring it back. Do not bring it under your arm. So like I said before, you can cut yourself. So you're going to go here, push. Turn the blade for the two, and then push. Once I do this, I come across for that number 3 cut right by the belly, the navel, and I'm coming up. Or you can just come across. Very, very simple. So let's do it again. 1, push. 2, I push out the way. 3, I come across and I still push. 4, I come across. 5, I grab my opponent and then I thrust in the stomach. Okay? And again, like I said before, when you're cutting, try to make sure that you're actually pushing your opponent. So when you push, make sure after you cut that you're using a stiff arm. If your elbow isn't locked, that person still can come in. So you want to make sure that that elbow is completely locked before you cut. All right. So I'm going to do it from this side as I cut and I push out the way. Remember, you can either push or grab to pull them to you. So you can push, bring the blade, cut, switch, push again, cut this way. And I can go with a 4 cut, still push. I can go with a 3 cut and still push out the way. All right, so now let's do it from this side so you can see it better. I'm cutting with my 1. I push out the way. I turn the blade and I switch, retract my arm back as I cut to come in for that push. And I can pull them to me or I can just push them out the way, but just make sure that your body is moving forward. And I come with that 3. Then I retract the blade, turn it again, and I come with the 4, and then that's when I can step in and stab directly into the stomach. Now, let's take this same drill to a bag. All right, people, now it's time for the bag down, my favorite part of the show. Now, as you can see, I have my bag here, and yeah, I put a jacket on them, so you can understand what it's like, you know, try to make it a little bit more realistic so you can understand the difference between pushing and grabbing. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. So I got my left foot forward first. I got the blade here in my left hand. I'm going to go with that 1. As soon as I cut, boom, I'm stepping in to push, right? Why do I want to push and not grab? Because if I grab him, it's going to be, I mean, you can still poke him here, but I want to make sure that I'm trying to strike away. I don't want him to get close straight out the gate like that anyway. Especially if you have a knife, you know, somebody see a knife, they're going to start instantly moving away. That's why it's just important to just go ahead and push. So let's do it again. I go 1, I push out the way. Good. 2, I push out the way, stepping forward just in case. If that 1 miss, he might come back and I can still push, which is perfect for the setup. Once I go here, I come across with that 3. I grab him. This time I'm grabbing him and I come across for the 3. See that? Then I still have him. I go across again for the 4 and for the push, and then I could just come in with the final stab, which is that number 5. Let's do it again. And 1, push out the way. 2, I push, I step forward. As I step forward, I come with the 3. I still move him out the way. 4, as I step and I grab him this time, I'm grabbing him, pulling him directly into the knife, and 4, 5. Try to make sure that what it is that you want to do in that little small frame, as far as pushing goes, as far as grabbing goes, so you know what to do exactly if you want to continue to cut or push or stab, whatever, what you need to do to stab somebody. Because it's going to be hard to get this 5 if you haven't grabbed them, if that makes sense, because you can't do the 5 if you push them away. See that? So you see that right there? What I want to do, I want to grab, bring him forward. See? Now he won't be able to go anywhere. Yeah. All right, so let's do it one more time. So as I come through it with that 1, boom, I push him out the way. 2, I push him out the way. Then as I grab him again for that 3, 4, and I grab him and pull him right to me. 5. So now that you understand the basics, it is time for punishment zone time. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to stab you now.
KO. Winner is...
What I keep telling you, hey, remember, stick to the basics, but make sure you train the basics as much as possible. And if you have any questions, please feel free at any time to leave a question in the comment section. And remember, like I always say, make sure that you stay training.